Welcome to the History Junction, the channel where we bring history to life through captivating stories and forgotten tales. Join us on a journey through the annals of time as we delve into the fascinating narratives that shaped our world. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more exhilarating tales from the past. Prepare to embark on an enriching journey where each video promises to leave you inspired, informed, and craving more knowledge. So, subscribe now and join our community of passionate learners as we embark on an exciting adventure together. Welcome to our captivating world of discovery.
The morning of May 1, 2023, was a clear and sunny day in the Amazon rainforest. A small Cessna plane carrying 7 people took off from the remote village of Araraquara, bound for the town of San Jose del Guaviare. On board were the pilot, 2 passengers, and 4 children, all of whom were members of the same indigenous community. The flight was uneventful for the first hour or so. But then, the plane began to experience engine trouble. The pilot radioed for help, but it was too late. The plane crashed into the dense jungle, killing the pilot and 2 passengers instantly. The 4 children, however, survived. They were Leslie aged 13, Soliani aged 9, Tien Noriel aged 4, and Kristen who was only a year old. They were all shaken and scared, but they were alive. The children huddled together and tried to figure out what to do. They knew that they couldn't stay in the crash site, so they decided to set off into the jungle. They walked for hours, following a small stream. They were exhausted and hungry, but they kept going. The children were constantly on the lookout for danger. They knew that the Amazon rainforest was home to all sorts of dangerous animals, including snakes, jaguars, and piranhas. They also had to be careful not to step on poisonous plants or get lost. The children found themselves in a dangerous situation. They were lost in the Amazon rainforest, with no food, no water, and no way to call for help. They knew that they had to find a way to survive, or they would die. The children were also faced with the challenge of finding food and water. They had to eat whatever they could find, including leaves, berries, and insects. They also had to drink from the stream, even though they knew that the water could be contaminated. The children's ordeal was made even more difficult by the fact that they were all very young. Leslie was the oldest, at 13 years old. Soliani was 9, Tien Noriel was 4, and Kristen was just 1 year old. The younger children were especially vulnerable to the elements and the dangers of the jungle. The children huddled together and tried to figure out what to do. They knew that they couldn't stay in the crash site, so they decided to set off into the jungle. They walked for hours, following a small stream. They were exhausted and hungry, but they kept going. The children's mother, Magdalena Mukidui, had been traveling with them to visit their grandmother. The plane they were on had engine trouble and crashed in the jungle. Magdalena died in the crash. But the children survived. The children were members of the Huitoto indigenous group, and they had been taught from a young age how to survive in the jungle. But even with their knowledge, they were struggling to find food and water. They had eaten all of the cassava flour and seeds that they had brought with them, and they were now relying on fruits and berries from the jungle. But the fruits and berries were not always plentiful, and the children were often hungry. The children were also starting to get sick. They had been bitten by insects, and they had contracted a variety of jungle diseases. They were weak and tired, and they were starting to lose their will to go on. As the sun beat down on the dense Amazon jungle, and the air was thick with humidity. 4 children huddled together in the shade of a large tree. They had been lost in the jungle for 40 days, and they were starting to lose hope. But then, one day, they heard a noise. They turned around and saw a group of soldiers standing in the clearing. The children were overjoyed to see the soldiers. They ran towards them, screaming and crying. The soldiers were just as surprised to see the children. They had been searching for the children for weeks, and they had never thought they would find them alive. The soldiers took the children to a nearby village, where they were given food and medical attention. The children were weak and malnourished, but they were otherwise unharmed. The children were reunited with their families a few days later. They were all overjoyed to be safe. The children's story of survival is a testament to their strength and resilience. They survived a plane crash, they survived in the Amazon rainforest for 40 days, and they survived the trauma of losing their mother. They are true heroes. The children's father, Manuel Renault, was devastated when he learned of the crash. He immediately joined the search for his children. The search was difficult and dangerous, but the soldiers never gave up hope. The children's rescue was a heartwarming story of hope and resilience. It is a reminder that even in the most dire circumstances, it is possible to survive if we never give up. The children were reunited with their father, and they are all expected to make a full recovery. The children's story has also inspired others. In the wake of their rescue, a number of organizations have pledged to help the Huitoto indigenous community. They hope to build schools and hospitals in the area, and to provide training in sustainable agriculture. The children's story has shown the world that the Huitoto people are strong and resilient, and that they deserve our support.